It really is never a dull day in this finance influencer world. There's always something going on. And now we've got drama between Caleb Hammer, who is one of the fastest rising finance channels on YouTube here, and Scott Schaefer, who is coming at him and kind of reached out for his response in some sort of story that he was getting. Some people, I guess, reached out to Scott Schaefer and were telling him something happening on Caleb's show. Apparently the things that are going on that are being accused of are pretty insane. So, you can't blame people. If someone comes out to Scott Schaefer and says, this happened to me on Caleb Hammer's show, and if multiple people are, then it's even worse, right? We don't know exactly if it's one or more than one person. But if people are doing that, just because you're a big influencer does not mean we just shouldn't take anything that comes after you, right? If someone says something, otherwise, CoffeeZilla would never go after anyone, right? He would always just sit there and say, "Well, they have too big of a following." Logan Paul and Crypto Zoo, no, Logan Paul is too big of an influencer. So it feels like that's kind of what's going on. But these are some of these tweets that happened. I got drama alert on it, right? So this is Scott Schaefer's tweet reaching out saying, I've been receiving some disturbing info from guests of your show about inappropriate things that you've allegedly asked them to do. Please reach out to me so I can get your side of the story for the video. Now, this tweet has nothing wrong with it, right? If Scott Schaefer is trying to be like a CoffeeZilla-esque type of person, then reaching out for both sides is what you do, right? I really wonder, because we see this, and Caleb said stuff like this, talking about here comes the drama, talking about this guy named Zeke, I guess, threatened to, do stuff to him, dox him, harass him, doing all this stuff. And it can't believe someone's going to actually platform him, and kind of talks about YouTube drama shows. Oh my God, they're so bad. Jesus, they're the worst thing in the world. But at the end of the day, in any situation, there's always three sides to every story. There's, your side, my side, and the truth, right? So if you're unwilling to tell someone what happened with your side, like, why? That doesn't make any sense, right? If this guy's crazy, he will come out and appear as crazy. If Scott Schaefer makes this video and has Zeke's side and your side, and Zeke's side is just astronomically crazy and has no evidence, and your side has all the evidence and isn't crazy, then people are going to be like, yeah, this guy's crazy, right? But you have to give your side to Scott Schaefer in order for your side to be out there. Because if you don't, then your side's not there. And you only have yourself to blame, right? Because he reached out to you. Obviously you saw it. You quote tweeted his tweet. So, Caleb Hammer's in this weird spot, I think, because he's also celebrating, getting ready to sue someone, which is weird. We have this tweet in response to this drama alert tweet. He quote tweets this too. Says, "I'm excited. I've never sued anyone before. This will be fun. Blatantly lying about something so heinous is not a joke and not some piece of entertainment." I guess he's talking about Scott, because originally reading this, I thought he has to be talking about the Zeke guy, because that's the guy apparently making up things and trying to destroy his career and his life and everything. But it seems like he's talking about Scott Schaefer, because he actually has something where he has this comment here. Scott Schaefer tweeted this out, obviously saying, Caleb reached out in email after and threatened legal action against me in a comment section, and where Caleb responded and said, damn right, you try to ruin someone's life and career for the sake of views and click. You deserve legal justice. You're disgusting for platforming someone who has literally put my life at risk multiple times. But, Caleb, what are we doing here? What are you talking about? How is Scott Schaefer supposed to know that? How is he's supposed to be a psychic? Right? Someone comes out and says, I have some crazy story that happened on Caleb Hammer's show. He's just supposed to say, no, that's Caleb. Caleb's got 1 million subs. He's good. Is that what he's supposed to do? If we replace the name Scott Schaefer with CoffeeZilla, this whole situation would be different. I feel like Caleb Hammer, if these things came to CoffeeZilla and CoffeeZilla was reaching out for comment and stuff like this, he'd do it probably privately, but also he has the account, right? If CoffeeZilla DMs you, it's him, and it's like, hey, maybe I talked to CoffeeZilla, right? But if we change those names, I feel like we have a completely different thing going on here. Because if this was CoffeeZilla reaching out and getting this information, he's he's probably going to have much more respect for CoffeeZilla, and clearly there's no real respect here, right? Suing Scott Schaefer is insane, like because he's reporting something that came to him, and he reached out. He did the right thing, right? He reached out to you for comment. He wanted your side of the story. He didn't just get someone's side of the story, say, "Sounds good. This will get 100,000 views," and post it. He reached out for your side, and apparently you didn't give that to him. That's what it sounds like, at least. So I don't know why he's so excited about lawsuit stuff. It seems really weird because it's never ever been a positive thing or a popular thing to do on YouTube. If you're a creator and you go after some other creator by suing them, that has never been viewed on positively. Every single time someone does that, the whole YouTube community is like, this is wrong. If you talk to them, make a video about them, get into a discussion with them, but don't sue them. That just seems like you're trying to silence them because you're scared. And even more in response to this, because Caleb responded on Twitter to this, said this will be a test to see if a YouTube drama channel has any credibility. Spoiler alert, they never do. They contribute nothing to society, but instead try to tear people down for clicks and views. Come on, culture, we can do better. And again, I really wonder if you change the name from Scott Schaefer to CoffeeZilla, are we having a different conversation here? Is he saying YouTube drama, these channels, they don't have any credibility, they contribute nothing, they just tear people down for clicks and views? Because that's what Logan Paul said, right? When CoffeeZilla exposed him, Logan Paul said, these guys, they don't have any credibility, look at him, he's crazy, I'm gonna sue him. And then Logan Paul backed off. But it feels really weird because obviously when you're getting exposed, you're not going to be super supportive. And the simplest thing you could do, if there's nothing going on for Caleb Hammer, for your side, if some crazy story came out and Scott Schaefer got a tip and he reached out to you for comment, is for you to comment and say, this never happened. Here's the evidence of it never happening. Here's evidence of this guy harassing me and doxing me and doing all these things. And then in Scott Schaefer's video, if it's done right, we're giving Scott Schaefer the benefit of the doubt to be a CoffeeZilla-esque and not edit things out and try and make things for drama and clout and clicks and stuff, right? If he makes the video in a way where it tells both sides and is kind of neutral, that's like a CoffeeZilla style, then you would have this Zeke guy who would sound crazy on the video, and then you who would sound normal and sound like you know what you're talking about with evidence and evidence of him being crazy, and then you're good to go. And now no one's gonna look at anything weird. But now you're kind of out here saying, oh my god, Scott's platforming this, I'm suing him, he's done, I'm suing him, I've always wanted to sue someone. And we also got I guess Twitter drama too with Scott and Caleb. So obviously this is his tweet. Scott responds saying, this is your thumbnails, like your channel is still drama and get off your high horse, which is drama gets views. Everyone, this is not a secret, right? So if you want to get views, you dramatize something, you make it a little bit of drama, right? Him versus the guest. This is sad. Clown choosing DoorDash over child support. Clickable thumbnail, clickable title. If you just said bad guy makes bad financial decisions for his family, that's not clickable. People aren't going to do that. You got a boring thumbnail, it's not clickable, right? So in a way, every channel is a drama-esque channel because they want clicks, but obviously he points this out. Sure, I don't know. But then, he goes off to say, not according to a woman, so he's got a woman. Zeke is a guy. Apparently that means multiple people. And then obviously this guy says people lie, and then he says, is Caleb included in that list? So it is true, like, you can say anything you want against the people who are coming out and say they're lying, they're crazy, they're making it all up. But at the end of the day, that's easy. If they're lying and crazy, then you respond to Scott and say, they're lying. Here's the evidence. This is what we did in the shoots. This is what we do in all these shoots. And, this is them after the fact doing some crazy stuff. And then you clear your name, or, you give your side, which is the most important thing in this. You give your side. I think Caleb here, talks about, how many times talk about this. We talk to every guest about the fact we make cheeky thumbnails and titles. They sign a legal agreement stating that they agree to this. Sit there for like 10 minutes after the show, taking the thumbnail, and then they talk about how they do it. Have a 4 out of 5 for guest surveys and everything. So I don't know, what the result of this whole thing is. The videos aren't out yet, but from the surface, just looking at it, it's just saying, why aren't you just giving your side, right? Because if we change the name to CoffeeZilla, people aren't going to be responding the same way. CoffeeZilla's obviously established himself, and we know that if he's making a video on someone, he's really going to be neutral and just present his findings. But it's weird to see Scott Schaefer reach out, say, "Hey, I've got some people saying some crazy things about you. Is it true?" And you just give your side. If it's not true, then the people come to that conclusion. It'll be pretty obvious, right? So, I mean, maybe he's just dealt with this guy for a while, and it's something that he's boiling over with and doesn't want to deal with anymore, which could completely make sense. If somebody is this crazy and makes stuff up, has been doing this for years, and has been harassing you and doxing you and doing all this stuff, then absolutely could boil over. But still, to say some random YouTuber saying, "Oh my god, I can't believe he's platforming this guy," how is he supposed to know that, right? How is he supposed to know that this guy is supposedly crazy if you don't give your side of the story? So if this whole thing goes down and Caleb Hammer gave his side of the story and did all this stuff, but then it comes out that Scott Schaefer edited it and cut things out and made things seem more interesting, or try and edit things together to make it better, like more entertaining, then yeah, Scott Schaefer would be in the wrong. Still don't think you should sue him, but he would be in the wrong in that case. But the worst thing from all of this is the happiness about suing someone. Like, I don't think we should ever be encouraging and being happy to sue someone on YouTube. That's never been a thing. I hope it never becomes a thing, because then you just have big creators who have huge pockets. They make tons of money that they could just silence and shut up any other creator on their website simply by suing them because they have more money. So I guess we'll see how this drama unfolds. If Scott's video comes out, we'll see what's going on, and hopefully, nobody gets sued. I definitely don't want to see that, but that's going to do it for this video. As always, remember to smash the button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next